Hello, people of the internet. I am James Phoenix. This is a wrestling news log. We're a day late this week. We messed up last night, so we're doing this now. But stay tuned. When we're done with this, we will be coming back with Tiff to do our usual weekly scoring. So that's coming. With me is Jeff.
Hi.
Anyway,
Fuck you.
I didn't know that was the one that was going to play.
Hit it again.
No. Anyway. So yes, we're going to do the news. We don't have as much of it as we have most weeks this week. It was kind of a slow week. So we're just going to cover the big items. I'm not even going to bother with the wheel. I'm just going to go down the list.
Okay.
So we're just going to check this out. I'm going to cover what I consider the top story first.
Okay.
The
title story, as it were?
So, yes, hashtag Team Cap.
Okay.
And no, I'm not talking about the Avengers. Very sad news this week. Are you familiar with a pro wrestler by the name of Matt Telly?
No.
Okay, well, then it's story time. So, years ago, I do not remember the exact year, but I can give me 2 seconds and I can find it.
1, 2, go.
Shush.
You said it, not me.
Okay, is this the one here? Let's see. There we go. Okay, so years ago, in 2011, let's see.
Yes.
I think it was 2011. Why are you not having a push a date on this crap? What the hell, guys? This is crap. No, this is earlier than that.
Anyway.
Sorry, this is being stupid for no reason.
You're being stupid for no reason.
You're being stupid for no reason.
Move on.
Well, but give me the freaking information I needed. Well, whatever. Anyway, Tough Enough 3 happened.
Okay.
Specifically, Tough Enough 3.
And?
Let me just see. Okay, so sometime around 03, 04 in that area. Anyway, Tough Enough 3 happened. And it was a very sad instance because the winners of Tough Enough 3, there were 2 winners. One of them was a man by the name of John Hennigan. You might know him.
Yes.
People at home might know him better as Johnny Nitro of the tag team M&M, and later John Morrison, and currently whatever the hell they're calling him over in TNA.
Either Johnny Impact or Johnny Mundo, something like that.
That's right. Okay, anyway, he was one of the winners. The other co-winner of that season was a wrestler named Matt Capitelli. But unfortunately, and The Miz put out a tweet earlier because he was around that time frame. He was from the previous season of the Tough Enough, I believe. No, he wasn't. Which season of Tough Enough was Miz on? Oh, there he is. He was on the next one. He was on $1 Million Tough Enough, season 4. Well, anyway, Matt Capitelli won, and he had a couple of matches here and there. But never debuted because, unfortunately, shortly after winning the contest, Matt Capitelli was diagnosed with brain cancer, and he unfortunately lost that battle this week. Which was a big shame because from what Miz said in his tweet earlier, there was plans at the time back then for him and Matt to get brought up as a tag team called what was it? I don't have the message in front of me. was something like trying to remember exactly what was. Yeah, it was something that aligned with the theme, like real enough for something like that. And the interesting thing is, Matt actually is that Capitelli actually fought off the first tumor years ago, but an aggressive tumor returned last year and unfortunately took his life. There have been tweets all over the internet for wrestlers. Here we go. Miz says in 2005, he and Matt Capitelli were going to be brought up to SmackDown as the tag team reality check.
Mm.
And then one day out of nowhere, he called Miz and informed him of the brain cancer diagnosis. And apparently he was positive and was going to fight it and was a true fighter to the end from what everybody says. And everybody had hoped that one day he might fully overcome this and be able to pursue the career that he had dedicated himself to, but that never really became a full option for him, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So we send our condolences out to the family and friends and, of course, fans of Matt Capitelli.
Mm.
And may he rest in peace.
Indeed.
All right. He was only 38 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So in other more positive news, let's move on here. There was information was released about the new WWE 2K19 video game this week.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, go over here. There we go. First off, Rey Mysterio of the 619 was confirmed as the pre-order superstar via a cool trailer where everybody was wearing Rey's mask and takes it off to say things until he takes his own mask off to reveal another mask with 2K19 embroidered on it.
Booyaka, booyaka.
619.
So wait, Ray was actually in the trailer?
He was. He was at the very end of the trailer because he basically showed a bunch of people taking off a Rey mask and then saying something, and then it got to the end, and he took off the Rey mask, and then it was him underneath wearing a silver mask with WWE 2K19, the logo embroidered on the front of the mask.
So that lends even more credence to people saying Rey Mysterio return confirmed?
It's possible.
Why else would they make him the pre-order? And then actually contract him to do the commercial for it, the trailer.
Well, in all fairness, they did that with other people that weren't coming back that were just doing it for the, they did it with Goldberg after his stint was over and he didn't come back.
Yeah. But sometimes, at that point, he was still contracted with WWE, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Ray's always been on good terms with them, so it's not a huge surprise. And he's appeared in a couple of pay-per-views, not in the too distant past.
True, but why would they make him? Why would they go out of their way to make him the pre-order bonus and draw the attention to him if they weren't going to do something big with it?
Because making him the pre-order bonus will sell games,
I suppose. So would making Ronda Rousey the pre-order bonus?
True. There's a great picture here from he's on Instagram 619 I am Lucha.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like I'm assuming that's the makeup table. There's a lot of paintbrushes and stuff, and he's sitting there with his mask. And then behind him is Jeff Hardy with the creepy painted eyelids face paint. So that's kind of cool. So be sure to pre-order now for the Master of the 619. You can pre-order it at WWE.2K.com or at wherever fine video games are sold.
Mm-hmm.
In further detail on the game,
mm-hmm.
we got some details on the versions and editions of the game that will be coming.
Okay.
Nothing super specific, but enough for pretty much as would be expected. Let's see. Oh, that's not the article I thought I had. Okay. Let's see.
You fail.
Yeah, the first of 2 playable pre-order characters. So there is another one.
Okay.
It's probably Rhonda.
Well, as I said before we went on the air, it would probably be smart of them to save Rhonda for the collector's edition and to call it the Rowdy edition and have her and Piper as the
That would make sense.
quote unquote exclusive to that, because we know there's no such thing as exclusives in WWE anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You get everything with the digital deluxe, and they just sell it outright on the store. So yeah.
So when speaking at the at the press event announcing this, Ray said, since my WWE debut in 2002, Never Say Never, the 2K19 campaign theme, has been a big part of my career. It's an honor to join the likes of Kurt Angle, Goldberg, Sting, Ultimate Warrior, and Arnold Schwarzenegger as one of the 2 WWE 2K19 pre-order playable characters. And the Vice President of Marketing at 2K, Chris Snyder, added that as one of the most popular superstars of all time, as well as one of the most frequently requested in the 2K franchise, we're thrilled to celebrate Rey Mysterio's career by bringing him back as part of the 2K19 pre-order offer. His embodiment of Never Say Never throughout his career also makes him an incredible fit to share his story as part of our global marketing campaign. Through the announcement, they also updated the offerings for others. There will be a deluxe edition available in physical and digital. Players with that will receive early access to their game copies and in-game bonuses beginning 4 days early on Friday, October 5th for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. That includes a copy of the game with deluxe edition packaging, access to the Season Pass digital content, details to be announced over the summer, access to the pre-order digital content, playable Rey Mysterio Royal Rumble 2018 character, and to be announced playable character, and access to the collector's edition digital content.
So it's current Ray with the Mexican tan.
Yes.
Hopefully they get the Mexican tan right.
Hopefully.
Does that mean, are they going to put, is his alternate going to be his all lime green greatest Royal Rumble outfit?
I don't know. Could be. The collector's edition will give early access beginning the 4 days early, and it will include pretty much all the stuff that I said above.
Minus the packaging.
No, because it comes with the deluxe edition. Remember, the collector's edition is the deluxe edition plus other shit.
True.
So it'll have all the deluxe edition stuff. Plus, it will have a special premium exterior packaging in addition to the deluxe packaging. It will have exclusive rare and physical collectibles and limited edition WWE Supercard content.
Of course it will, because they're trying to push that mobile bullshit.
Yep. So that will be forthcoming.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, there is a WWE 2K19 $1 million challenge.
Yes, there is. We discussed this last week.
We did?
Yeah, because AJ announced it.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think we discussed it, though.
Oh, because I remember being asked about it if he did announce that, and I said, yes, he did.
Okay. My bad.
The $1 million challenge is come and play me, and be warned, I don't like to lose.
Fair.
Which, if you've watched Up, Up, Down, Down, you know for a fact AJ hates to lose.
Yeah. Anywho, 2K16 available for pre-orders now. Moving on. This is not really new news, but we'll just cover it real quick. WWE did put out the official press releases today confirming that Raw will be staying on the USA Network and SmackDown will be moving to Fox beginning October of next year. Interesting to note that in both of the articles, both shows were referred to as WWE's flagship show.
Of course it was. You don't think Fox would allow them to not call it the flagship show, do you?
Yeah, but they still called Raw the flagship, too.
Yeah. Well, because Raw is the flagship.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to read through the whole spiel. It's basically everything we already knew. It's going to move over there. SmackDown will be live, and it will air 52 weeks out of the year on Friday nights.
Mm-hmm.
So that will happen.
Yeah, I really do have a feeling it's going to be a really hard brand split, and I have a feeling that WWE is going to have to once again restructure their entire pay-per-view structure, because people are saying that there's no fucking way that Fox and NBC are going to allow their competition to have access to their superstars.
Except I don't know, because a lot of people have speculated that neither USA or Fox are shelling out that amount of money for half the roster.
No, but neither of them are shelling out that amount of money to give rights to half the superstars to the competing network, because those networks are in direct competition with each other.
I know, but I think the point is going to be that I think part of the contract negotiation for both was simply, look, this is a great offer. We want to accept the offer, but be aware, if you accept the offer, you will be sharing you will be sharing the roster. Now, if both said we want the whole roster on our show, Vince could do that. It just means they're both going to have to accept that the whole roster is going to be on both networks on both shows.
You know what I think would be interesting?
What?
If they both insist on having their own roster, this could basically create competition just within WWE itself, because even though it's all WWE, it's being run by two independent organizations effectively. So it'd almost be like WWE versus WCW again, except they can raid the same roster. So the draft would effectively be like, say, Fox and NBC, so they'd be able to pick their rosters. And then when people come up from like NXT and stuff like that, it's like, which brand are they going to go to, NBC or Fox, Raw or SmackDown? And so NBC and Fox could compete over, who gets the pick from NXT, who gets that NXT superstar, who wants them more. It could be interesting if they work that into kind of a K-fob thing.
Yeah.
Because then effectively SmackDown and Raw would effectively be what Vince has been saying in K-pop since the inception of SmackDown. Well, almost since the inception of SmackDown, for the longest time now, of, I want to create competition here. I want Raw and SmackDown to go head to head. Well, now you have a way to do it, because you literally have two competing networks owning the rights to the two shows. There's your competition, Vince, right there.
Yeah.
You can actually see who's going to be the better show just by saying, you know what? Since it's two competing networks, I'm not going to run either show, because I want to see which network is going to run the better show.
That would be interesting.
It would basically be like WWE video games GM mode in real life.
Kind of.
It'd be fun, and it would probably make for great
TV.
Great TV, great like in-ring action and stuff, and just great storylines and stuff, because you would have to outdo each other, because you now have this edict from the people that just gave WWE several $1 billion saying, you will make our show the better show. We can't let NBC win, or we can't let Fox win. Put out quality shit. If not, we will go to Vince and get your ass fired.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince, on the other hand, depending on how the contracts were laid out and stuff like that, the deals, Vince may have no choice but to be hands off to make the show better. This might force Vince to finally realize he's an old curmudgeon that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and to sit his ass back and let the people who know what they're doing actually do their jobs. And he gets the final say stuff. He does the overarching stuff, but have Vince do less and less of the hands-on stuff, especially again if it's going to be competition between two shows, because he will inherently be biased towards Raw, because Raw is his baby. Right? And you can't have that bias in actual competition. That doesn't work. So if anything, Fox would force Vince to be hands off the WWE product, period. Like, at least in the day-to-day stuff. Like, if there's just stuff he's outright against, he can voice it. He'd be like, well, no, you can't do that. But for the most part, he can't just say, you can't do that because I don't like it. No, you have to have a reason behind it.
Fair.
And I could see this creating an atmosphere where the networks are the check and balance to Vince McMahon, where the networks have the authority to tell Vince McMahon no.
Mhm.
And I think that could be extremely healthy for WWE if that's how they have it set up.
Mhm.
Because that's been Vince's biggest problem. The biggest problem with WWE is there's been literally nobody that can tell Vince McMahon no. Not even Triple H can tell Vince McMahon no.
Mhm. Anyway, both of those contracts are for a 5-year period. So from 2019 through 2024, those shows will be airing on those networks.
Mm-hmm.
At least. Moving on. What else? Kevin Owens had an interesting week.
Yes, he did.
Following up on
bullshit.
What's that?
I said people are calling bullshit.
Why?
Tell the story, and I'll tell you why.
All right, so Kevin Owens, who had previously attempted to get country music star Shania Twain to sing a song that he wrote, worked his way up onto the stage at a Shania Twain concert in Montreal recently, coming up as a super fan with a giant Shania Twain sign and being recognized as an annoying fan on Twitter who requested the song When during her show in Montreal.
He didn't work his way up to the stage. She pulled him up onto the stage.
Ah.
She actually went out to the audience and pulled him out. And, of course, Kevin Owens, I don't know why he did this. He probably didn't know any better. He went completely the wrong direction. And Shania was like, the stage is this way.
Oh.
And Kevin was like, oops. Yeah, I saw the video. Or a video taken by someone in the Shania fan, I suppose.
Indeed. Yep, it's out there.
I think WWE actually has a video of it up too or something. I'm not sure, but
probably.
I also love that when she asked him his name, he goes, "Tonight, I am Kevin Owens." Because as we all know, that's not his actual name, but
yeah.
And I love he corrected her too, because she kind of, introduced him, and he goes, "No, you got to say it right. I am, what did he say? Like multi-champion or world famous WWE superstar Kevin Owens." Kind of playing up the Kevin Owens persona, but not too much because
right.
This was basically babyface Kevin Owens is what he was portraying at this thing, which I thought was interesting because he's not going to be a dick at her concert when he's a big fan of hers. He's not he's not doing that. So, but he has to be Kevin Owens. So he has to be kind of condescending to a degree.
Well, yeah, that's his job. It's actually huge WWE superstar Kevin Owens.
Yeah, there it is. Huge WWE superstar. I also love, and this is what they called bullshit on, because she was like, well, I don't really have it on the docket for this concert. And to be honest, I haven't sung that song in a long time. I don't remember all the words. So she was like, I tell you what, I'll issue you a challenge, Kevin Owens. And he goes, what? She was like, well, I know you have this big match coming up in WWE against the man called Braun Strowman. He goes, yeah. And she goes, I'll make a deal with you. If you defeat Braun Strowman, I will sing Win at the next concert. And Kevin Owens just does a, what? He goes, have you seen the guy? You want me to beat him? Are you serious? He was like, oh, fuck no, I'm not going to beat him. I'm going to get my ass kicked. What are you, crazy lady? I love that even though this is Kevin Owens, he 100% put over Braun Strowman at this concert. He was like, have you seen this guy? This guy's 7 foot tall, 500 pounds, and you want me to beat him?
That's not exaggerating. Braun's not nearly that heavy.
No, he's not nearly that tall either. He's only 6 something, but still.
Yeah, well.
But I love the fact that Kevin Owens just put him over and was just like, you expect me to beat this monster, really?
He's only 4 inches under 7 feet. He's 6'8". 385, which is still impressive.
Yeah, but people were calling bullshit of that she recognized that he wanted win and stuff like that, and he still didn't get the song.
Yeah.
And people were also calling out Kevin Owens on being the worst fight ever because he left his sign on the stage.
Oh.
And he didn't take it with him. Also, she used Kevin Owens as a stepping stool, which I thought was funny. She was like, "Oh, before you go, I need to ask a favor of you." He was like, "What?" And she pulled him over to the piano. She said, "Get on one knee for a sec." He got on one knee, and she used him as a stepping stool to get up on the piano for the next song.
Nice.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I was like, "Kevin, take the sign, you idiot! You made the sign. Take it."
There you go.
Yeah, so the gauntlet's been laid down. Kevin Owens must defeat Braun Strowman if he wants to hear that song sung live. So he now has added incentive to beat Braun Strowman at the next pay-per-view, I think. And we can't hear you. Your mouth is moving and words are not coming out. Hello?
Hello.
There you are. Now words are coming out.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I do now.
Anyway.
What were you saying?
I was saying, yes, that would be at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, as was hilariously pointed out to me, I give across the mall, the Extreme Rules and the pay-per-view, which thus far has absolutely no Extreme Rules matches at it.
Fair, but does it have a full card yet?
I don't know. Probably not, but still. Usually when they do that pay-per-view, 80 to 90% of the matches have stipulations.
True.
It's just unusual. And I find it kind of funny that I didn't pick up on it until he pointed it out to me. There's because there's 5 matches so far, so there'll probably be 2 to 3 more. But you got to figure, there's Alexa Nia, there's AJ Rusev, there's the Leaders of Worlds versus B Team, Carmella Asuka, and Bludgeons versus the randomly now reunited Team Hell No.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell that came from.
And AJ versus Rusev Day.
I mentioned that. Yeah, I don't know where
Although since they're face now, would it not be Team Hell Yes?
That's what I would have thought, but that's not what Paige called them. Maybe they'll change it next week? I don't know.
I love their promo, though, which we'll probably get into in the next video. But I love because they start talking to each other, and Kane just finally ends with, "Look, Renee, we're a little bit rusty. We'll get back to you."
Mm-hmm.
Really, WWE? You're not just going to put up the card? Come on.
Oh,
you fail, WWE. I have to extrapolate the card from your bullshit website? That sucks.
Yep.
Because their website's garbage. Oh, my God. Whoever does their website doesn't know how to do a website.
Anyway.
Oh, here we go. Preview. That should have the card.
Usually. We
have AJ v. Rusev, which I guess is the current main event. Alexa versus Nia, like you said. The Leaders of Worlds versus brothers of the Leaders of Worlds, I guess. Or brother of one of them. Me team. We have Carmella v. Asuka. Rematch. And yeah, Legend Brothers versus Team Hell No. That is 5. We will probably see. Isn't there also supposed to be like a number 1 contenders match for the Brock's title at SummerSlam?
Purportedly that match will be happening, but Kurt did not get a chance to sanction it.
Mm-hmm. And then, as you pointed out, there's supposed to be like Kevin Owens versus Braun or something like that.
Yeah, assuming that match is the pay-per-view. I'm assuming.
At the very least, it should be the kickoff match. And then there's probably, depending on how his leg is, and I'm assuming you have that in the news, there's probably going to be the Charismatic Enigma versus the King of Strong Style for the U.S. Championship.
Right, and also depending on how Shinsuke's hand is.
What did he do to his hand?
Oh, you didn't see that. I don't think I actually... Do I have that on the list? I might have think. You might have noticed Shinsuke wasn't on SmackDown this week.
No, it's because he got bit on the leg.
No, he wasn't bit on the leg.
I thought it was his leg.
I didn't think it was his leg. I could be
He
wrong.
got bit by a dog.
Yeah, he got bit by a dog, but I didn't think it was. Hang on, I've got the article here. Let's see.
I swear I read or heard somewhere it was his leg. I was like, ooh, that sucks.
Let's see here. We have the report here. Apparently, he was bitten by a police dog.
Yes, he was a police dog.
Officers of the Bakersfield Police Department explosive ordnance was a bomb dog. They were conducting a protective sweep of the Rabobank Arena in preparation for WWE's SummerSlam Heatwave Tour. During the sweep, they had a bomb-sniffing dog, and the bomb-sniffing dog accidentally came into contact with Shinsuke, who was in the area. And the dog tried to sweep for the presence of explosives, and as it took place, the dog got a little shifty and bit Shinsuke, and yeah, apparently his lower left leg. Medical aid was summoned to the scene, and he was sent to the local hospital to get that taken care of.
Get rabies shots and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they have not cleared him to get back in a ring yet.
He'll probably be cleared by Extreme Rules. I'm expecting that. Since they couldn't do it on SmackDown, I'm expecting them to push that out to Extreme Rules and just have that, because that'd be a great Extreme Rules match. Put them two together in like an Extreme Rules match for the U.S. title. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would work. I gotta say, when you were talking about leg issues, I thought you were talking about Captain Limpy with the face paint over there.
Captain Limpy with the face paint is fine. He competed on SmackDown.
He did, but everybody says he's limping around everywhere.
Oh.
That was brought up as everybody said that he's been limping around and that he has some nagging injuries, specifically a leg thing.
Oh.
Let me see here.
Well, we'll see. But sooner or later, that match needs to take place, and I could see that happening in Extreme Rules.
There you go. Jeff Hardy wrestling injured. Jeff Hardy remains banged up, and that's why they've been protecting him in a bunch of multi-man matches and on the road. He continues to limp a lot whenever he's in action. He apparently hurt his leg during a ring entrance back on May 17th at SmackDown, but he's also been dealing with a nerve injury that's causing numbness in his fingers. That's not good.
That's not good. If all that's happening, why is WWE going forward with a soft repackage of Jeff Hardy? That seems counterintuitive. You're soft repackaging a guy that can barely wrestle right now. What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know.
But I also noticed Ziggles doesn't have a match at Extreme Rules. I see that being a match somewhere because he's got to defend that title.
True. Also, when we're talking about surgeries, by the way, Ric Flair is scheduled for a surgery on July the 9th, which is going to be the last operation in relation to those health problems he was having a little while ago.
All right. We wish him all the best.
So hopefully he's okay. Moving on.
Yeah.
We did the Shinsuke thing, so we'll just consider that covered.
Mm-hmm.
So Enzo Amore did some more interviews.
Fair. I've heard interviews about Enzo Amore that have been enlightening.
Indeed. Yeah, Enzo has done an interview where he basically went through the whole shtick of exactly what happened before he got fired.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the summation of what he said was this, was that he was at the arena for Raw 25, and he was in rehearsals with the APA for the poker game.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Vince McMahon was running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
As well he should.
And basically, and his phone keeps blowing up, and he's like, give me 5 minutes, my phone is blowing up. I don't know what's going on. And he went to check it, and he's looking, and he sees the everybody sending him this tweet. You know, the accusation tweet. Mm-hmm. And he didn't know what's going on. So he called Mark Carrano. And you know, and Enzo mentions he doesn't change in the locker room with the guys. He would change separately. And he said that he links up with him, a WWE lawyer, in-house attorney, and a guy from PR. And he asked him about what's going on, and he's transparent. He calls his own lawyer because he's running around by himself before he called Mark Carrano backstage in a laundry room. I was like, get on the phone and get this shit handled right fucking now. This is crazy. And he said, yeah, I just paid my attorney a retainer, whatever you need to sort this out. You know, police had never contacted him about this, not once. And he went into detail that the only thing that he had any inclination that could be is that his friend's girlfriend a buddy of him hit him up and said, "Hey, my girlfriend got an email from a guy saying he's an investigator, saying some girl made a claim against a wrestler." Never mentioned his name, but obviously he kind of knew what they were being talked about. That was when he called his lawyer immediately, and he was like, "Find out what's going on." And this is in December. And he called saying there's nothing going on, no investigation. Then he basically, when he was alerted that there was an accusation out there, he contacted his lawyer. His lawyer contacted the police, and he was told at that time there was no investigation going on.
Okay.
And he notes that the person put the tweet out there on Raw 25, which he does not believe was a coincidence. And he said to this point, the police still hadn't contacted him, not once. And he's not made aware of anything that's going on outside of the fact that he has a friend who got an email from a person saying, claiming to be an investigator, saying there was a wrestler involved and they wanted to inquire to get more info. Never said there was a rape case or anything. They didn't say anything like that, so he didn't even know any of the details. He found out like everybody else when the girl put the tweets out. And he says that, he said, what else are you going to do? He goes right to Vince. He tells Vince what's going on. And so they don't know where he is. They're trying to find him. They're trying to call his phone. And so he said before he has to talk to anybody, he called his attorney, told him to get in contact with the police. I go see Vince. He says, we can't send you out there tonight. We can't put you on the show. This tweet is really bad. He let Vince talk for a minute. The first thing he said was, "You know what I know, that I didn't do this, and I deserve better than this because I'm a good person," and I walked out. And Vince said to me, "You got to tell me when something like this is happening." I said, "Man, I don't know, but I knew that there was that email. There was an email that came to a friend from a person who was an investigator who never claimed to be a police officer." So that was the extent of what he knew, is that a friend of him tipped him off that his friend's girlfriend got an email from somebody claiming to be an investigator looking into a wrestler. That was the extent of what he knew.
True.
And he said that it didn't at the time. It didn't even cross his mind to go to WWE because he called his attorney, and his attorney looked into it and told him there was no investigation.
Which is fair.
So
he tell WWE that as far as he knew, there was no investigation. Because WWE's official reason for firing him is that they say he knew there was an investigation, and I don't think WWE would just outright lie about something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. They seem to think that because he heard about that email and shit, and because he had contacted his lawyer knowing about that email, that constituted him knowing enough that he should have told them at that point.
I don't know if I agree with that, because he called his lawyer to see if there was an ongoing investigation, to see if he needed to tell them. If there's no investigation, why does he need to tell them? At the same time, yeah, Enzo, a lot of what people are saying about you is kind of true. You're kind of full of yourself, you arrogant ass. Because it's not all about you, whether you were right or wronged. The fact of the matter is, this tweet is out there. It's on fire. It's all over the world. WWE can't take that chance, even if you're innocent.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself. Also, his rap didn't help things either. That just made it worse.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've seen a couple of interviews since with Simon Gotch, who, by the way, owns the name.
Yeah.
Because as Simon Gotch put it, yeah, WWE only actually files for trademarks and stuff for shit that's going to make them money. I was very, very new and wasn't really making the money, so they just let it lapse. So I bought that shit straight up.
Smart.
Even though he doesn't go by it a lot, because he's like, I just bought it so they don't make money off it pretty much, and so I can use it if I want. But he's like, I don't really use it because there's too much baggage attached to it. He also pointed out that I could go back to WWE if they offered, because they did wish me well in my future endeavors, which means the door is always open. But yeah, they both interviews, we talked at length about Enzo and stuff, and about how much of an ass Enzo is, and how much full of himself he is, and how much of a liar he is. So yeah, if what he says is true, and given the fact that I saw 2 interviews from 2 different interviewers where he basically said the same thing, I'm inclined to believe he's being completely honest. And he seems like a pretty honest dude. But he's basically he's like, yeah, Enzo doesn't know how to wrestle, which is beyond him, considering he knows where Enzo lives and where he's from. And he's like, dude, there's a fucking wrestling school 15 minutes from your damn house. How do you not know how to wrestle before coming into this performance center? You have no excuse, asshole. He comes in not knowing how to wrestle, and when they're trying to plan out matches and stuff, it's like, we could do this or we could do that, can you do this? And Enzo was like, yeah, I could do this, and then ends up not knowing how to do it. Like that one match that they had where Enzo like hurt himself, he got a broken leg, and everyone blamed Gotch for it, and Gotch is like, that wasn't my fault. Enzo broke his own damn leg because he didn't know how to do the fucking move. I didn't do shit. And then, like, at one point they were trying to plan a match, and Gotch was like, well, we have a couple of options here. I'm just going to tell you right now, we can go for this spot, but if I miss it, do something different, because obviously you can't follow up if I miss a spot, and I can't guarantee I'm going to hit that mark, because he was going to go over the top rope, and he was either going to land on the apron or completely miss the apron and land on the mat. He didn't know which. It just depended on the momentum and the energy of the spot, whether he was going to completely fly over and miss it. So he was like, hey, if I miss it and I hit the ground, come out and do this. If I hit the apron, do the spot. Enzo, not being a wrestler, not knowing fuck all about wrestling, proceeded to then say, which is it going to be? And Simon's like, whatever happens, take that option. Enzo wanted something concrete and didn't understand the flow of a match and how to roll with different situations.
Right.
And Gotch was like, I can't give you something concrete because I don't know what's going to happen. It's either going to be this or that. And when Enzo couldn't understand that or refused to roll with that, he was like, you know what? Fine. Throw me. I'm going to completely miss the apron. I'm not even going to try to hit the spot because it's obvious you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So I'm going to completely miss it. I'm going to land on the outside. You come on the outside. That'll be the easiest thing to do because obviously, you need fucking baby steps because you don't know how to wrestle. So that's what they ended up doing. So that's why like a lot of Enzo's matches seem shit, because he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't understand wrestling lingo. He doesn't understand how to do moves. So nobody can plan a match with him. That's why Enzo is fucking garbage in the ring. That's why he always looks garbage in the ring. That's why he does almost no moves, because no one can plan a spot, because he doesn't understand how to hit spots. He doesn't understand how to properly execute specific moves.
Right. That makes sense.
And I'm like, wow. So yeah, Gotch basically did a full-on fucking expose on Enzo, and like talking about his personality, how he's like all full of himself and stuff, and he puts too much stock in himself when he knows damn well he doesn't have that level of expertise and stuff. And he's like, Enzo is a gimmick, and I fucking hate gimmicks. And people, I think, took that the wrong way, because I think what he meant by that is he hates people that are gimmicks, where Eric Arndt, it's kind of like the whole Batman thing. Eric Arndt isn't the real person. Enzo Amore is the real person. Eric Arndt is the mask.
Right.
And I think that's what Simon Gotch hates, is where, you could do a gimmick in the ring because you're an actor. That's what you do. But outside the ring, you have to be a real person. If your real personality is the gimmick, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
There's a difference between kayfabe and you not knowing any better. And from what I understand, based on what Gotch talked about Enzo, is it seems like Enzo felt he was Enzo Amore.
Mm-hmm.
And that the character he was portraying in the ring was himself. And so he would talk himself up and say he knows how to do certain things when he can't, and then would get injured or fuck up or do stupid shit because of it, because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
And I'm just like, wow, yeah. And so you don't deserve to wrestle. You're kind of a dick, dude.
Anyway.
And of course he called him out on the rap thing too. Basically saying, worst case scenario, you just did a diss track on a chick you raped. Best case scenario, you're a shitty ass human being for doing a diss track on a chick that obviously needs mental help. Either way, you don't look good. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
And he's kind of not wrong. All to service his own ego and make himself look good. And so, yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, gotcha. I kind of agree with you there. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating. Look up, go to YouTube and look up some of his interviews. It's kind of fascinating what he's talks about. He's very smart too. Like listening to him talk, I could sit here and listen to him talk all day, because he's obviously very passionate about wrestling and about the profession, and he's very smart about how it works. And I'm a little disappointed he's not WWE anymore, because he's like I'm like, dude, he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. And he also talks about his fabulous mustache.
Fair enough.
Sorry about the tangent.
No, sorry. In another, Enzo was also on the Stone Cold podcast.
Yes, he was.
Talked about a few things. He dated Liv Morgan for a while, if you didn't know that. They broke up for a few years. And apparently there was going to be, speaking of that Raw 25, the shtick he was rehearsing with the APA was going to be that, what she thought was going to be a great show, was he was going to be involved in the poker game. And over the course of the betting in the poker game, he was actually going to ante up the Cruiserweight title and then lose it to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Oh.
And then he was going to have to go out to the ring with no title and wrestle Goldust. And then the Dudley Boys are going to come out and put him through a table. And then he comes to the back and finds out that Nia Jax jumped in the poker game and won his title back for him and gives it to him back at the end of the night. And he said he had the longest thread on Raw 25. He was going to be on the show more than anybody because of the ongoing segments plus the match. And they had to rewrite that whole show at like 5:30, 6 p.m.
Wow.
Because they had to throw him out.
That would have been interesting.
That's why they ended up with Heath and Rhino back there. Maybe they were going to be there anyway. I don't know. But that's why they did the whole thing with Heath losing the bets and ending up in the match against Titus Worldwide.
Still a good segment.
Indeed. Anyway, a couple more minor things, and then we'll wrap this up.
Sure.
First of all, congratulations out to former WWE Diva. Well, Diva's not the right term anymore. WWE superstar Stacy Keibler, who gave birth to her second child earlier this week.
Well, Diva would be the right term because she was a WWE Diva.
True. But yes, I was back on. Let's see, she only announced it this week, but he was actually born back on the 18th. Body Brooks Pobre, end of the world, and so congratulations to Stacey Keibler and her husband, and Little Body's elder sibling. I believe they have an elder daughter, but I'm not positive. But congratulations to all of them.
Fair. All right. Moving on. Jim, hello?
Yep, I'm here.
You're kind of staring into the abyss.
Sorry, no, I'm just trying to figure something out here.
We'll figure it out later. Read now.
Yep. Let's see if it mentioned over here on Stacey Keibler's page. Yes, they have an elder daughter, Ava Grace. Okay, I thought so. And the last item to quickly mention here.
Yes.
Is this was brought up.
Yes.
It was announced that Vince McMahon is digging deep in his pockets now that he has the ability to do so. And that he is going to invest $500 million in the first 3 seasons of the XFL.
Of course he is.
This week, stating that he's expecting to spend some $500 million on the league over the first 3 seasons. Oliver Luck told ESPN that the $100 million investment that McMahon made is just the beginning. People were focused on the $100 million, but the truth is that doesn't even get us to the 20-yard line. The XFL CEO and commissioner added that the biggest financial cost that the league will see will be from the salaries for the coaches and the players, as well as the players' insurance. I'll look for big bucks to be spent on the XFL.
Of course. And expect it to fail.
Well, we'll see. All right. Well, that's all the news. So we covered all that. And we will see you in a short bit. We're going to do the usual scoring.
We will.
Thanks for being here for this, Jeff. We'll be back after a short break.